Don't call them inspirational. They're athletes first and foremost. And while players in the Michigan Challengers wheelchair basketball program realize that how they're portrayed may make for a good tearjerker story, they don't have time to marinate on that when practice and workout sessions beckon them every Monday and Wednesday nights. Such is the life of local wheelchair athletes. Housed in the Beech Woods Recreation Center, the Michigan Challengers is a junior wheelchair basketball team who are members of the National Wheelchair Basketball Association. The program is centered in athletics, but has changed lives.
We are the home base for the Michigan Challengers Wheelchair Basketball Program, which is a program for youth ages 4 all the way up to high school age. We have 2 different levels, a prep level and a varsity level. Prep plays at 8.5, varsity plays at a 10-foot level. So we provide a program for kids throughout Southfield as well as the community.
A typical season runs from September through April and affords teams the opportunity to travel the country competing.
The wheelchair basketball season goes from September till April. We also practice during the summer, but our true season is September to April. September we start practices. These kids practice 2 days a week, Mondays and Wednesday evenings, and then they start traveling probably the beginning of November, mid-November is when tournaments start. There are only a few teams in the state of Michigan, so we travel throughout the country. Our first tournament this year is going to be the first weekend in November. We're actually traveling down to Indiana. But we travel to Indiana, Grand Rapids, we go to Illinois. Our national tournament kind of concludes the season in April, and that'll be in Louisville, Kentucky. And we are doing a home tournament this year in December. The December 14th will be our home tournament.
Many of the rules of regular basketball apply to wheelchair basketball with few variations.
Rules in wheelchair basketball actually are almost exactly like a normal stand-up basketball. There's just a couple of different rule variations to kind of aid in the flow of the game. Same contact rules apply for the most part, same type of fouls get called. One of the main rule variations though is dribbling the basketball. If a player is dribbling the basketball, they can push on their wheels 2 times. They can touch their wheels twice, and they have to put the ball back on the floor after pushing their wheels twice. Of course, they can dribble a lot more than that if they want, but that's the minimum requirement. If you push on your wheels 3 times without dribbling the basketball, it's a traveling violation. One of the other minor rule variations is the amount of time that player can be in the key offensively. Typically, people that know basketball will understand this as a 3-second rule. This is just stretched out to 4 seconds in wheelchair basketball because a lot of times the wheelchairs have a tendency to kind of get locked up. It's more difficult to get free of the key, so there's a one more second allowed in the key.
For the students who have participated, the program has been a godsend.
Well, it's a lot of fun. I know there's not many sports that you may not have a lot of sports that are for wheelchairs around, and I know that basketball we have a ton of teams in Michigan and especially outside the country that and it's a lot of fun, so that's why I did it. So
the tournament is a lot of fun because you meet different people from like all across the nation, so you'll have friends on Facebook all across the nation. It's just a lot of fun. You have a lot of friends, you meet new people. Like on the court is a competition, but like off the court, you just having a lot of fun with friends.
Wheelchair basketball has come a long way in recent years. Support has grown to the point where wheelchair players are eligible for varsity letters and college scholarships, as many colleges are incentivized to integrate wheelchair events into their core sports programs.
There are opportunities for these kids to move on beyond the high school level or the varsity level and play in collegiate programs. There are 8 programs around the country right now where they could potentially go, sometimes even earning scholarship money towards an education at one of these schools.
To learn more about the Michigan Challengers basketball team, email Parks and Rec programmer Claudia Brewer at cbrewer@cityofsouthfield.com.